So we are back with another episode of Summer Shred. We are currently in week 2. As of this morning, which today is February 25th, it's currently 5 o'clock. I woke up about 4:20 to get my morning routine kicked off. Always wake up, first things first, weigh myself. Then I get my pre-workout ready, have my little snack for some extra carbs, and then get into my daily reading, which I always start with. So it's about 5 o'clock right now. Weighed in at 210. So the first week dropped about 4 pounds. Weighed in this morning at 213.5. Reason for that is I had basically a cheat day on Sunday because my brother came out from Idaho, so we haven't seen him in a while. So got donuts with my daughter in the morning, and then we went to my parents' house, had some steak, had some chili, just enjoyed myself. As for what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be taking you guys through a full day of eating and training as I'm on my summer shred. The goal is to get down to 200 pounds by my birthday, which is May 2nd. Also, I took today off, so I'm not going to be going to work today. Main reason why is last week, Adeline every night was very bummed that I had to go to work the next morning. So I told Cassie, I said, I'm going to take a day off and kind of just have some extra time with the little one. That is the benefit of being a teacher, is you get a good amount of sick time that rolls over every year, and I usually never use my sick time. And if I do, it's because my daughter's sick, and I have to stay at home and watch her. But today, I'm just going to use this time to spend some time with my little one. So she got to dance at 9 and then tumbling right after, so we're going to do that. And then I think we're going to purchase Moana 2 because she's been wanting to watch that and just enjoy the day. So I figured I would take you guys through today. So now that my morning work routine is done, I'm going to change and then I'll head out to the garage to get a lift in. So just hopped on the treadmill. I'm going to try and get about 10-15 minutes of walking at an incline in. One of the things I've been doing every single day is getting at least 10,000 steps, non-negotiable. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about non-negotiables in their videos, and I was thinking about all the non-negotiables I have. For instance, right now, some things I'm focusing on is drinking 120 ounces of water a day, getting at least 10,000 steps a day, sticking to my diet every single day, reading the Bible every day, reading personal development every day, and then I have a couple weekly non-negotiables, meaning that I have to do them in obviously a week. Average 7.5 hours of sleep. That's something I started tracking. So some days I may only get 6, but then on like my rest days, I'll be able to get 8 hours. Last week, I averaged like 7.2 hours of sleep a night. So goal is to get to 7.5, because I've been really trying to pay attention to sleep, just because I've been hearing a lot more how valuable sleep is to you. And then at least 6 workouts a week. So again, my off day right now is Mondays, but if something comes up and due to schedule I have to switch my off day, then as long as I hit my 6 workouts of the week, then I'm good with that. So I have, like I said, daily non-negotiables and weekly non-negotiables. As for today's workout, it's something I've been doing in giant sets. I used to do them back probably about a year ago, and due to time constraints and obviously just having responsibilities of being a husband and a father and a job and all that stuff, I've kind of dialed back on the running a lot. I used to do at least like 3 miles every day. Now I'm not doing that. I'm not focusing on that, because again, I'm trying to get my lower back fixed, healed at least, because that's been giving me pain pretty much every day. And then my shoulder is still a little tweaked. So I was actually supposed to be doing a DECA strong this Saturday. Not doing that. Listening to my body, trying to heal up, because the DECA fit, which is in April, is what I really want to train for. So
So that I've been doing, obviously, during this summer shred is really listening to my body and trying to plan accordingly. So main focus right now, get good quality lifts in that are targeting my weak areas in a time effective manner, meaning I don't want to be spending 2.5 hours a day out here in my gym. So what I've been doing is a lot more giant sets and then just conditioning. And then when it comes to my cardio or getting my steps in, I'm just very intentional about throughout the day, parking farther so I can walk more, and just being, sometimes like what I'll do is I'll just, after I eat or something, I'll come out here for 20 minutes or 10 minutes even, just get some steps in and then go back in. And I'll do that a couple times because that is a lot more feasible when I'm not trying to take time away from Adeline and Cassie, just to walk out here, do 10 minutes and then go back in. So I've actually been enjoying it. I feel like I have more energy. I actually feel like I'm leaning out more, which I have heard that the more cardio you do, meaning the more running, even if it's easy miles, your body, everybody's different, but I think my body adapts to it, and then my body doesn't burn fat, and that's why it's harder for me to lose weight, or lose fat, I'm sorry. Because that's the goal with the summer shred. 200 pounds and 10% body fat. Maybe even single digits. If I can get down to 9%, that'd be awesome. But if I get to 9%, that might be below 200 pounds. So we shall see. But anyway, today's workout, lower body, first giant set I'm gonna do. So everything I do when it comes to lower body, I have basically 3 giant sets and then a conditioning piece. My first 2 giant sets are very similar. They're focusing on a single movement that I'm trying to get stronger. So today is gonna be squat focused. So I'm gonna have an explosive movement, squat, and then core. And I'm gonna do that probably 4 or 5 times with a 90-second rest in between. So for instance, say I do crunches, then I'll do my squats, and then I'll go straight into, or no, I'm sorry, I'll do my explosive, so say box jumps, 5 sets or 5 reps, jump into squats, and then I'll jump into my core exercise, rest 90 seconds, and I'll do that for about 4 or 5 times. That's gonna be the first giant set. The second giant set, taking the same setup and just doing it again. So I'll do another explosive movement, something that's gonna basically prime my hips and get everything firing. And then I'll jump into, again, probably a squat, but a lower percentage based on what I was able to do in my first giant set, or a variation of the squat, and then another squat or core exercise. Then I'll jump into my last giant set, which today I basically just choose 3 leg exercises. So it might be front squats, it might be lunges, it might be leg curls, leg extensions. I'll choose 3 exercises, basically do a lighter weight when I'm focusing on the technique and just getting the volume in. And I'll do basically 15 of each exercise in the superset or the giant set fashion. So one right after the other, and then I'll take a 30-second rest or like a 45-second rest, a shorter rest period, and I'll do that for 4 rounds. I've been doing that. I like it just because it's able to get a lot of volume in quick. And then once I'm done with that, I'll jump into my cardio, or I'm sorry, my conditioning piece, which I usually do. I shoot for about 4 rounds, 3 rounds, or at least 15 minutes of conditioning where my heart rate is getting spiked. That'll be the workout. Short, sweet, effective. Short, sweet, and shredded. That's what I'm gonna call that. It's 8 o'clock. Breakfast is done and ready to be eaten. So first, my pre-workout meal, which was, like I said, carb powder and then that basically granola bar. It was 300 calories, 3 grams of protein, 59 grams of carbs, and then 6 grams of fat. As for this meal, macros, 508 calories, 38 grams of protein, 46 carbs, and 16 grams of fat. And all this is 2 eggs, a little bit of butter,
92392.
3/4 of a cup of egg whites, and then 2 pieces of toast with some ketchup. Simple but effective.
No.
I'll go to class with you. I get so sad.
You get sad when I'm not there? I'm gonna be there today.
Yeah.
Cheering you on. So make sure though you still pay attention to Miss Katie. We don't want to upset her because you're paying attention to Daddy being there, okay?
Yeah, act like I'm not even there. Just do your thing, okay? I know you're gonna do so good. What are you more excited for, dance or tumbling?
I'm excited for tumbling. I'm so
loves
into
tumbling.
the tumbling.
I was so into it.
Cool.
I'm into the tumbling kid.
You're so funny.
Can't wait.
And like Mommy said, make sure you listen to Miss Katie, okay?
We'll be watching and cheering you on, okay?
But you just focus on the teacher and do what she says.
Okay. Not to Angeline.
No,
not to anybody else.
don't pay attention to anybody else in the class. If they're not doing what they're supposed to, then it's okay. You just do what you're supposed to, okay? Okay.
I know you're gonna do great, Mama. So we are back from dropping off my truck across the street.
Moana 2.
And now we're gonna watch some Moana 2. You excited?
Yeah, I'm super excited. You can watch it with us.
Yeah, you can watch it with us. Do you hear that? We've already seen the movie, but she's been really excited to watch it at home.
Yeah, but it's okay. We already seen that you guys could do watch it.
Yeah, that'd be cool, huh?
Yeah.
Do you like Moana 2 or Moana 1 better?
I like Moana 2 better.
Moana 2. Oh man, it's already starting.
Yeah. And I already watched the B-Time at Dale's house and at the new wilderness season it had Moana 2.
So excited.
And then I watched it 2 times, but now it's like B-Time because they watch it right now.
So we're gonna watch this, and then I will eat my third.
You can watch it
lunch.
with us if you want to.
I think they've already watched it. Comment below if you watched Moana 2 with your kids, and if they've liked it. Who's that?
Oh, Moana.
Oh,
That's
Moana.
Moana right
Who's that?
there. Pua.
Pooh. He's my favorite. Let's enjoy this movie, Mama. So I just got done eating lunch, and I totally forgot to film my lunch, but it's okay because I'm basically going to be eating the same thing for dinner, which will be in about 3 hours. So, oops, just messing up. Trying to multitask and it's failing miserably. Yeah, in about 2 hours. When I eat my dinner, I'll show you what that looks like. All I had for lunch was 6.5 ounces of ground beef, 93.7, and then I had I had some jasmine rice, and I want to say it was 140 grams. Yeah, 140 grams of jasmine rice, And then I put basically some iceberg lettuce. So it's almost like a burrito bowl. And macros for that, 458 calories, 43 grams of protein, 39 grams of carbs, and 13 grams of fat. So I ate that about 1:30, which was pretty much right when 1 and 2 ended. Now Adeline and Cassie are eating some lunch, and then I think they're gonna take a nap. That's why I'm getting my steps in. I'm at currently 7,800. Goal is to get to 10,000. I've pretty much realized that for every 10 minutes I'm walking on here, it's roughly about 1,000 steps. So when I come out here and walk, I'll walk at a 3 incline and then a 2.5 speed, and that will give me, like I said, about 1,000 steps in 10 minutes. So probably be out here for about 30 minutes. That'll hit me at 10,000. Again, that's one of my non-negotiables. I have to be very intentional about it though, because it's not too bad. That is one of the benefits of having a treadmill, is sneaking in 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, even 30 minutes there. I guarantee you probably spend that much time on your phone just scrolling. So if you have access to a treadmill, or even if you don't, if you notice that you are scrolling frequently and possibly just sitting and scrolling for like 20 minutes or 10 minutes here and there, while you're scrolling, find a safe spot, right? Don't just be walking in the middle of the street. That's not smart. But sometimes, like, I'll either walk in my backyard if I want to get some sunlight or something, and I'll just do a loop in my backyard. I'm not walking out in the streets or crosswalks or anything like that. I'm not saying do that, because that's dangerous. Or even if you have a path around your house, if your inside of your house is big enough, just kind of walk around your house if you're going to be scrolling. Because usually what I do is I'll come out here and I'll put on a YouTube video, watch some day in the lives or weekly vlogs, or just some stuff I'm interested in. Something that I've been thinking about lately though, and I think it's because I've been having a lot of conversations with my students, and I'm realizing that, especially being a father, it hits home a lot more now. I grew up with what I refer to as parent privilege. And what I mean by that is having two parents that are constantly raising you throughout your lifetime. Now there's another P to it that you could call it the triple P. I call that because I have yet to find, basically, unfortunately, a student that has the triple P. And the triple P is not only parent privilege, which means you have mom and dad in the household, but you have them both present. So it's parent present, parents privilege. Like I said, I talk to my students all the time. I think if you are, I have a couple teachers that are thinking about becoming teachers watching this channel. Biggest thing you could do is make connections with your students, and then you'll have to make less corrections, meaning you'll have less times, not saying it happens all the time, but less times you have to tell them to get on the task, stay off their phone, and just basically correct their behavior. If you have connections with them, I just realize it's a lot easier, so I'm always trying to get to know my students. And with where my school is located, a lot of students come to class with some issues going on at home. So I try to create an environment that when they come into class, their structure, they know exactly what teacher they're getting, meaning, am I going to be the same teacher every day, or am I going to be one of those teachers that comes in someday and I'm super strict, and the next day I'm super lax, today's go laid back, the next day I'm in a bad mood, I'm not talking to anybody. Like, you can't do that to your students. And I'm realizing that you can't do that to your kids either. Parenting is a lot like teaching. And you know, guys, if you're following this channel, that my main roles that I'm always talking about, first and foremost, is a husband, and then my next role is a father. Those are the two that are at the front of everything I do. And it just makes me realize that, like, if you are a parent, are you present in your child's life? Meaning, we live in a time right now that, unfortunately, usually parents have to work. Both parents have to work. So if both parents are out providing, which you obviously got to do, But if you're both out providing, then you may not be actually present in your kid's life. You may not be present when they come home from school. You may not be present when you take them to school or when you take them to their recitals or whatever it is. Luckily, I'm not going to say luckily because Cass and I have always been planners and we worked for a lot of things, but we also planned accordingly. Like we started dating when I was 20. We didn't get married until I was 26, I think, 27. I think it was 26. So we were dating for like 5 years. I think we were engaged for 1 year and we got married. We started off in an apartment and it took basically a year before we got into our house, and then we were in our house for like 2 years before we had our child, before we had Adeline. And when it came to having Adeline, we were very like adamant about this is what we want. And then luckily God blessed us with Adeline. So when she came into this world, she was coming into a situation that was very prepared. We weren't stressed about money, even with everything going on with COVID, because it was literally 2020. We weren't stressed about COVID. We weren't stressed like, oh, are we going to stay married for, because we were just newlyweds or we were just dating. That happens a lot. Luckily, Cassie and I have always been planners. And I think that is a big contributor to why Adeline is so happy. I was actually reading this book. I think I've talked about it before. It's called The Biology of Belief, and it talks about how obviously it's like the placebo effect, where if you're thinking negative thoughts, it obviously changes your body on like a molecular level to the point where you can create sickness just by thinking about it. Well, that would be called the nocebo effect because it's negative, but you can do it for the positive. So for 1.5 years when Cassie and I were trying to have a child, all we were thinking about was basically putting positive thoughts in there, like what we would do if we had a child, how much we would love that child. Well, according to this book, that changes your molecular level so that when the child, before even conception, the child basically knows that they're loved. And by coming into a loving environment, a nurturing environment, it eventually changes the molecular, I can't even say it, structure of my child, of Adeline. Because we get comments a lot that she's very sweet and she's very happy. And I really believe that's because I have like a cheat code every single morning when I get ready for work and I'm about to walk out the door. Before I leave, I was going to our bedroom where Cassie and Adeline are, and I literally see Adeline sleeping, and I tell Cassie this all the time. It literally brings just like joy and happiness to my heart and lets me know that I'm going to have a phenomenal day. So I say it's a cheat code because I wake up, read my Bible, do my personal development, get a physical workout in, right? So I'm fortifying my mind mentally by reading stuff, reading the Bible, and then working out. I'm fortifying my mind, or my body. And then I go and get a good breakfast, right? So I fuel myself. And then I go say bye to my wife and daughter. And by seeing them, it's like pure joy. So by the time I step outside my garage just to get in my truck, that's one happy dude. It's one happy dude walking out into the world. It's a force to be reckoned with, let me tell you. Not saying I don't have bad days. I obviously have bad days, but I contribute a lot of my good days to being present as a father, present as a husband. So that's where this rant's going. Usually when I'm doing walks, that's when I start thinking the best. So I just wanted to let you know that if you are a parent out there watching this, make sure you are present. If you're in a situation where maybe you don't have the career you like, or you're working nights, or you're not technically present because you're trying to provide, which is that's a crucial aspect. You got to provide for your family, but maybe in the back of your mind have that is one of my goals. How can I start becoming more present in my child's life? Because like I said, when I've had conversations with my kids or my students, it breaks my heart when I heard multiple times, and a child should never have to ask this, multiple times of them saying, why does my dad not love me? Or why does my dad not want to hang out with me? Or why does my dad not care about me? They kept saying dad because it was very common that they were living with their grandma and their mother, and and their dad was not in the picture. So again, being a male with a daughter, it just hit a little bit different. But my advice, if you're able to, plan accordingly, but make sure that you are giving your child the 3 P's. Present, parents, privilege. Because I guarantee if they grow up with that, not saying their life's going to be perfect, not saying their life's going to be easy, because anything can happen. I'm well aware of that. But there's a shot that you're giving your kid an advantage. This is what I'm getting at. 9,000 steps. I'm going to finish this up, go inside, and then just chill. At 5 o'clock, which means it is time for dinner. Cassie and Adeline just woke up from their nap. Adeline's been wanting to play all day with her friends across the street. So they're doing that. I gotta eat though because I'm starving, and then I still got one more meal that I gotta get in, which I try to get in 2 hours before I go to bed. So, like I said, for dinner it's the same thing I basically had for lunch. The only difference is instead of 140 grams of rice, I have 70 grams of rice. So basically 6.5 ounces of ground beef, 93, 70 grams of some jasmine rice, and then I'm going to put, like I said, basically some ketchup, some mustard, a little bit of ranch. It almost feels basically like a hamburger without the bun, which the bun is low-key the best part, but you know, doesn't fit the macros, and I'm trying to get shredded AF for summer. Something I've also been adding that I do really like is pickles. I'm a fan of pickles. Sweet bread and butter pickles. Cassie and Adeline are not a fan of them, which it just means there's more for me, which is very exciting. So I've been doing this dinner probably a variety or a version of it. I used to do ground turkey, which I've just been seeing a lot of like videos and stuff saying the benefits of ground beef are extremely high. So I've pretty much been having ground beef for lunch and dinner. It's super convenient. It's quick. It's easy to cook. It's easy to measure. And it's, like I said, it's nice. It's a nice little change up compared to eating chicken all the time. So, like I said, I'm trying this for a while. I like how I feel. I like the way it tastes. It's absolutely delicious. The way I season it, I'll actually show you the seasoning I use. I've been using it probably for about a week now. It's just this taco seasoning. I see a lot of content creators using it, so I thought I'd give it a try, and it does not disappoint. A little pricey. I think it's like $2.50 a packet, and you need 1 packet per pound. But let me show you what this looks like. And that is the finished product. So we got some, like I said, some pickles, some ground beef in there. Looks absolutely delicious. And then I'll top it off. Not top it off. You don't top it off. What am I saying? I'll throw it in one of these tortillas, which is basically a carb balanced tortilla, high in fiber. Tastes delicious. I know, pickles in a tortilla. What are you doing, Bryce? Living the dream. That's what I'm doing. Just some extra carbs, and it just breaks it up. Instead of just adding more rice, I like to have variety and keep my body guessing. So let me tell you the macros for this before I eat it and forget. I think I said the macros for my last meal. Anyways, I'll tally them all up at the end of the video. So meal number 5, calories, I got 437. Protein, I got 47. Carbs, I got 39. Fats, I got 17. So there's my dinner, meal number 5. All I got after this is meal number 6, final one of the day.
Here.
What did you want to watch?
Yeah, car. 1, 2, 3. Was that a good one?
That was a good one. It is time for some Family Matters, aka what do we call it? What do we call it, Mama?
Carl.
Carl's Jr.
Carl.
Carl. Classic. Who's that, Mama?
Eddie.
No, that's Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo. You're just eating all the food. As long as you get the receipt.
Baby, for doing that.
Daddy. You, Mommy. Today.
I know, you get to hang out with your daddy.
That was a good move. Let me hear it, Mama. What do you got?
Hey,
That's good.
Skylar's gonna be on.
It's his birthday.
Mama, can I have you step out of the kitchen, please? Because Mommy's gonna be opening the.
I need my.
I videotaped my basically what I after I ate dinner, which I think I said what my dinner was. Yes, I believe my meal 5. Meal 6 was basically yogurt, some chocolate collagen, and then granola. So calories, macros for that, 420 calories, 36 grams of protein, and then 43 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fat. And then that would put me at total macros and calories for the day. 2,482 calories, 193 grams of protein, 284 grams of carbs, and then 68 grams of fat. And just like that, that is my current macros for the summer shred. So yeah, that is what it is. Like I said, 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna basically get into bed, and then tomorrow morning my alarm clock will go off at 4, and I will rinse and repeat this entire process that I did today. Same calories. Tomorrow though, I'm just waking up and I'm doing tomorrow's my long run, so I'm gonna do probably 6 miles or at least an hour of cardio. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I greatly appreciate everybody who subscribes, comments, and supports the channel. I know a lot of you guys are also out there doing Spartan races, decas, and also trying to get shredded for summer. So just know you are not alone, especially if you are a father. And you guys already know the motto here: stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.